Welcome. Today we're diving into a story that's not just making headlines, but truly shaking up the music world and sparking conversations everywhere. The Super Bowl halftime show is more than just a performance, it's the ultimate stage for any artist. With millions of viewers tuning in from around the globe, it's a moment that can define a career, launch new eras, and create unforgettable cultural moments. For artists, it's a dream gig, a chance to stand in the spotlight and be part of history. The energy, the spectacle, the sheer scale, there's nothing else like it. This year, excitement reached a fever pitch as rumors swirled about Adele possibly headlining the 2026 show in California. Fans everywhere were buzzing, sharing theories and hopes across social media. But now that dream is on hold. In a surprising turn, Adele has reportedly backed out of negotiations, leaving fans and industry insiders stunned. The reason behind her decision isn't about music, creative differences, or even scheduling conflicts. Instead, it's about something much deeper: her personal safety and the well-being of her family. In today's world, the spotlight can sometimes bring unwanted attention and real risks. A recent tragic event has forced Adele to reconsider what it truly means to be in the public eye. The pressures and dangers that come with fame have never felt more real. Adele's decision is a powerful reminder that even the world's biggest stars face fears and challenges that go far beyond the stage. Today, we'll explore why Adele ultimately said no to the Super Bowl, what's changed since her last round of Super Bowl talks, and how her perspective has shifted in the wake of recent events. We'll also look at how a shocking event has made her rethink her priorities, putting her family and peace of mind above all else. And with Adele stepping back, what will the NFL do next? The search for a new headliner is on, and the stakes have never been higher. We'll discuss which artists could step in and how the show might change in light of these new concerns. This is more than just a concert. It's a story about personal safety, family, and the search for peace in a world that's always watching. So let's get into the story behind Adele's Super Bowl decision, and what it means for the future of the halftime show. The stage is set, the world is watching, but sometimes the spotlight comes with a cost that's too high to pay. Adele's Super Bowl story actually started back in 2016, long before her name became synonymous with powerhouse vocals and emotional ballads. That year, rumors swirled everywhere, across tabloids, social media, and music blogs, that she was the top pick for the Super Bowl halftime show, especially after her album 25 exploded worldwide and broke records. But Adele decided to set the record straight herself. In front of a packed audience, she told fans, plain and simple, that she had turned it down. Her reason was honest and direct. The Super Bowl halftime show, she explained, was more about spectacle, choreography, and dance than about the music itself. Adele, known for her raw, emotional performances, wanted to stay true to her style and not compromise her artistry for a flashy production. "I'm not doing the Super Bowl," she said with her trademark candor. "That show isn't about music." She made it clear that she wasn't interested in being part of something that didn't align with her values as an artist. Adele even joked about not being a dancer like Beyoncé or Bruno Mars, poking fun at herself and highlighting how her intimate, stripped-back performances just didn't fit the high-energy, dance-heavy event. The NFL and Pepsi later clarified that there was no formal offer on the table. But the message was clear. Adele's refusal was about her commitment to artistry, not about nerves or fear of the big stage. Back then, it was a creative choice. Adele wanted to protect her brand, her authenticity, and give fans the kind of show she truly believed in, one focused on music and emotion, not pyrotechnics and backup dancers. Fast forward to today, and the landscape has changed dramatically. Now, her reasons for saying no are deeply personal, rooted in concerns that go far beyond music or performance style. The conversation has shifted from, "Is this the right show for my music?" to, "Is this show even safe for me?" Security, privacy, and personal well-being have become central issues for artists at massive events. It's a dramatic change, reflecting the new pressures and anxieties public figures face in today's world, where fame can bring both adoration and risk. Adele's 2016 decision was all about music and integrity. Now it's about survival, safety, and protecting herself in an unpredictable environment. The stakes have never been higher, and for Adele, every decision is about much more than just the music. To understand Adele's fear, we have to talk about a shocking event, the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Kirk, a well-known political commentator, was killed at a public campus event, a targeted attack that stunned the world. The news sent shockwaves through the celebrity community, showing that fame can make anyone a target. Suddenly the risks of being a public figure felt more real than ever. For Adele, this wasn't just a distant tragedy, it was a wake-up call. Sources say the event hit her hard, making her question her own safety at massive public events. The Super Bowl, with its global audience, now seemed like the ultimate risk. The Kirk assassination changed how many celebrities view public appearances. For Adele, it was a turning point, one that made her rethink everything. Fame, she realized, can come with a terrifying price. The impact on Adele was immediate and intense. News of the tragedy hit her like a tidal wave, leaving her reeling in disbelief. She was known for her strength and poise, but in that moment, the vulnerability was impossible to hide. Insiders say she was deeply shaken, suddenly seeing herself as vulnerable on the world's biggest stages. The sense of safety she once felt performing in front of thousands seemed to vanish overnight. Adele is frightened of becoming a target like Kirk, a team member revealed. The fear wasn't just for herself but for everyone around her, her crew, her family and her fans. Fame, once a dream, now felt like a threat. The spotlight that had brought her so much joy now cast long, intimidating shadows. The tragedy made her acutely aware that being a global icon attracts all kinds of attention, good and bad. Every public appearance now carried a weight she'd never felt before. Her anxiety wasn't just about herself, but about the unpredictable dangers of fame in today's world. She began to question how much of her life she could truly keep private. Even though she's not political, her visibility makes her a symbol to millions. That kind of attention can be both a blessing and a curse. The Super Bowl, with its sprawling crowds and live broadcast, felt especially risky. The sheer scale of the event amplified her fears. Unlike her tightly controlled residencies, the halftime show would put her in a chaotic, unpredictable environment. The thought of so many unknowns was overwhelming. The idea of being the center of attention in that setting became a source of overwhelming anxiety. She found herself questioning whether the spotlight was worth the risk. No amount of success could shield her from fear. The accolades and awards suddenly felt hollow compared to her growing sense of unease. For Adele, the world suddenly felt much less safe. Her priorities shifted overnight as she began to reconsider what truly mattered most in her life. The Super Bowl halftime show is a dream gig, but for Adele, it now feels like standing in a spotlight with a target on her back. There's no way she'll stand in front of 100 million people now, one music executive said. The very thing that makes the Super Bowl special, its massive audience, now makes it terrifying. For 15 minutes, the performer is the world's focus, and for someone worried about safety, that's a nightmare. Every person in the stadium and millions at home know exactly where you are. Adele's fear isn't just about random danger. It's about being a symbol, a potential target. The Kirk tragedy proved that public figures can be attacked for any reason. Her previous shows felt safer because she controlled the environment. The Super Bowl is different, chaotic, unpredictable, and impossible to fully secure. Losing that sense of control is unacceptable to her now. The risk outweighs the reward. For Adele, the bullseye is just too big. Adele's fear hasn't just changed her career, it's transformed her daily life. Sources say she's become much more reclusive, rarely leaving home except for work. Her world has shrunk to a tight circle of family and trusted staff. The outgoing star fans once knew now lives in a self-made bubble for safety. Friends describe her as a mix of her old self and someone gripped by sudden fear. Paranoia about public appearances is now a constant companion. Simple joys like coffee shops or walks in the park are gone, replaced by anxiety. Her home is her fortress, a place where she can control her environment. This reclusive lifestyle is her way of coping with trauma and regaining control. For Adele, safety now means staying behind closed doors. At the heart of Adele's choices is her son Angelo. More than fame or music, her role as a mother drives every decision. She said, "I have to stay alive for him. The risk of leaving her child without a mother is simply too great." For Adele, the Super Bowl's glory means nothing compared to being there for her son. Her maternal instinct outweighs any professional ambition. The Kirk tragedy made her think first of her family. Every parent can relate. Protecting your child comes before everything. Adele's withdrawal isn't about being difficult, it's about love and responsibility. Her son's future is her top priority, no matter what the world expects. With Adele out, the NFL faces a big question. Who will headline the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show? The rumor mill is buzzing, and two names stand out: Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus. Taylor Swift is the world's biggest pop star, with a massive fan base and a strong NFL connection through Travis Kelce. Her Eras tour has been a global sensation, and the league would love to have her. Miley Cyrus is another top contender. Her recent Grammy win and powerhouse performances make her a fan favorite. She's already performed at NFL events and brings a wild, unpredictable energy. As of now, the NFL hasn't made any official announcements. The choice is huge for the league's image and ratings. While Adele fans are disappointed, excitement is building for whoever takes the stage. Whether it's Taylor, Miley, or a surprise pick, the world will be watching. The show must go on. In the end, Adele's decision is about more than music. It's about survival. The Kirk assassination was a wake-up call, forcing her to put safety and family above fame. Her choice highlights a growing challenge for all public figures, the risks of living in the spotlight. Adele's retreat into privacy is an act of self-preservation and love for her son. The NFL will find another superstar, but this year's story is different. It's a reminder that behind the glitz are real people with real fears. Sometimes the bravest act is stepping away. Adele's authenticity shines through in her decision. She's putting her well-being and her family first, even if it disappoints fans. In a world that demands more from its stars, Adele is choosing peace over pressure, safety over stardom, and that's a choice we should all respect.